It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with my All Shade Underground Season 1, Episode 3 review. If you have not seen this show, it comes on the WGN channel and it is fucking phenomenal. So it's the best drama series of the year so far. Check it out Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Central Time on the WGN channel. It's called Underground. But let's get into my review. So we start off this episode with Rosalie scratching her wounds, thinking about Noah and all that good long slave dick he gonna give her. I mean, Noah is so fucking fine, baby, that I would risk it all to be with that motherfucker too. I would be on the run with that nigga like we Jay-Z and Beyonce. Girl, that fine black chocolate muscular motherfucker. Woo! But anywho, so Noah is tying up some rope to use to get across the bridge when they all decide to run. So all of the heathen ass white folks is in church because it's Sunday, and then all the slaves is out in the grass in the field having a Sunday church service at the Baptist A&M church of the field. And they all look like they at Bonnaroo or Coachella or some shit. All the slaves listening to the preacher with one eye preaching. So Noah don't know when they gonna run because they gotta find a boat to get across all this water and shit. I mean, they ain't, they don't know how to swim because, white folks ain't teaching you shit back then. So Noah decides they gonna run in 6 days on a Saturday night. So Noah says if they can figure out a way to get across the beams that is in the wood room where they do all the woodwork, then they can figure out how to get across the bridge when it's time for them to run. So they're going to use a makeshift harness that's made out of some I forgot what kind of material that was, and some hooks to do so. So they have to steal master stamp and wax to so they can forge documents and they're free slaves when they get to the north. So Sam comes to visit. I don't know if Ernestine is his mother or his sister. I'm leaning towards mother. But he comes up to the big house to see Ernestine, and he asks Rosalie if she's going to run with them. She says she doesn't know. She's not sure yet. He says to her, have you told your mama? And that's what led me believe that she's not his mother, that she's his sister. And she was like, nah. He was like, don't you tell her ass neither. So, he tell Rosalie basically that you ain't really about that slave running life. I mean, because you house slave, you ain't been out here in the fields enough, you too damn pretty and delicate to run with us or whatever. And he tells her that if you about that life, my nigga, then Noah wants you to steal master's seal. So Bitsy and John are on the train coming back, and she basically tells him that she did not expect for their little trip that they went on to be all about freeing slaves and shit. She wasn't prepared for that, but she's down for the cause. So they run into some little fine ass white boy named Kyle. They got a thing for Bitsy, honey. He want a piece of that little honeycomb hideout. And I want to give him some too. And so the dude Kyle drops some slave bills or whatever. So John, her husband, says that they're going to have to wear two faces when they're around they, racist ass white folks friends. They're gonna put on the face that they don't give a fuck about niggas, but then they're around they white friends that's down for the cause. They can really be themselves. So Kyle has been invited to the governor's ball and tells them that he will see them there later on that night. So Zeke is still mourning the death of his son that Serafina killed. So his wife Serafina is being traded in the slave trade for killing her baby because Miss Susanna ain't down for no bitches that's out here killing babies. Because if you out here killing babies, bitch, you might decide to kill me too, and I just can't have that at my slave house. So Zeke, when he finds out that Serafina is being sold, Zeke come out that motherfucking field, baby, and spurs the whole wagon like he motherfucking the Big Show or some shit. And he's still on one of the white boys, not the white boys out. Then a whole bunch of white boys come and attack him, and then Noah and his crew of motherfuckers, him and the OVO squad, come out and try to calm Zeke down because they don't want Zeke to get lynched up in this motherfucker. And then they all get their ass beat for trying to help Zeke big ass. So the slave trader talks to Massa after the whole melee, like, nigga, I need my motherfucking wagon fixed because you out here letting slaves and shit run up on us like this the WWE, my nigga. And he also says to Massa that you amped hype Seraphina up to be a better slave than what the fuck she really is, because this bitch is over here deranged and crazy, and I don't know if I got time for all that. So Master says that, you know, he'll get him a new wagon, and then he'll knock off the price for Seraphina, knock off a few dollars on a human being. So while this whole conversation going on, Rosalie is in the room serving them and paying attention to where her father, aka Master, is putting up his seal and everything. So where was I at? Noah, aka no, Noah asked Burntface, the little Hasididi ass light skinned slave, to go get Zeke out the box. Burntface don't want to have shit to do with it because he don't fuck with none of them motherfuckers, and he feel like Noah and his crew is a bunch of bitches, basically. Noah reminds him that Zeke is that deal. Did you not just see how Zeke took out a whole tribe of motherfuckers by himself? We need him on our motherfucking side. So Burntface is like, look, I'll do it, but only if you tell me the song that's gonna help us run. And I personally think that Burntface, as we saw through the rest of this episode, is going to turn on them and run on his own or run without them. So Bitsy and John come home to find some black man. I don't know if he was a free slave, and some white niggas that was down for the cause to help them help them with other slaves that are on the run or whatever. So Master is with Miss Susanna, and she plays her piano because this, you know, it's piano time. We have American Idol and shit. So Rosalie decides now's the time for me to go steal the seal. So Rosalie gets the seal, but and she gets the wax or whatever. Now when she can't find the wax or whatever. So she rummages around the desk and shit. She can't find the wax, and the music stops, and my heart stops, and Rosalie's heart stops. I'm like, oh my god, Rosalie about to die. And then the music starts, and then she's able to find the seal, and she runs up the fuck up out of there. So Master comes into the woodwork room while Sam is talking to himself, talking about how Rosalie ain't that bitch. She can't be running with us. And he asks Sam, like, who the fuck you talking to? Sam like, oh shit, Master, I'm just here talking to myself. And so now all the while they having a conversation, and Master trying to get a motherfucking woodwork class like we in high school and shit, not knowing this whole time that Noah is hanging from the beams practicing when they have to get across the beam. I mean the bridge. So as they're talking, the rope and shit is splitting. Noah almost loses his gun and shit. Finally, Master leaves, but before he leaves, he asks that James come work in the woodwork room with Sam, like Miss Ernestine requested that he do. So Rosalie gives the seal and wax to the preacher's wife, and while they're out there, the preacher's wife asks her, "You gonna run with us? Because I have to make you a document too." She says, you know, she don't know, but asks the preacher's wife, "When did you know that you was in love with the preacher?" So the preacher's wife tells her, and then while they out there, the music stops. And Rosalie gets scared of the motherfucker. So she take the seal, she run back inside and run into Miss Susanna. And Miss Susanna looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I got my eye on you, little light skinned bitch. And Rosalie's like, yes, ma'am. And so she's like, give me my lemonade. I will have my lemonade outside to make sure that it's not bitter like it was last time. And Rosalie like, yes, ma'am. And so Rosalie run into her daddy office to go put the seal and shit back up. And her daddy like, Rosalie, what the fuck are you doing in here? And so Bitsy and John will be harboring cargo, aka runaway slaves, under their nursery. So John is going to try to steal the patrol schedules and names of the marshals from the governor at the governor's ball to put them at an advantage with helping, you know, slaves on the run. So Burntface goes to get Zeke out the box. He says that he knows how Zeke feels about, you know, fighting against the man and shit, and then he lies and tells Zeke that Noah was gonna leave him in the box and that they should work together because Noah's only tripping off him and his little brother. Zeke fall for the bullshit, at least that's what it seems like, and they partner up. So Ernestine put all the girls outside because Miss Susanna's on a warpath because Master Seal is missing. So Rosalie is scared as fuck, and I'm scared for Rosalie too, because you know she light skinned, and light skinned people bruise easily. So Miss Susanna is standing at the top of the balcony while all the bitches is in the field like this is America's Next Top Model and shit, and like she Tyra Banks and shit. So all the damn the pretty bitch slaves is in front of the field like they some Taz Angels and shit. And so Miss Susanna going off on them, and Miss Ernestine is checking, patting all them bitches down, and she come to Rosalie and she figured out Rosalie was the one that took it. So one of the Taz Angels, aka slaves, says that she saw one of the field niggas creeping around. So Master takes the pimp cup and his chair out to the fields, and he got all the slaves, including the women, holding these big ass wooden beams on their shoulder. And he promised that if none of them turns in his fucking seal, they all gonna get fucking 50 lashes a piece if his seal don't fucking come up. So Mama, aka Ernestine, confronts Rosalie about the seal. Rosalie says, I don't know where it's at. And Mama knows that she's lying and slaps Rosalie ass all the way back to Africa. Rosalie, baby, is about to get her a taste of dick and got a little pep in her step. And she look at her mama like, bitch, if you hit me one more time, I swear to God, we gonna be in this bitch thumping. So Mama, aka Ernestine, look at her like, okay, bitch, really, bitch? Don't act like I won't go outside your motherfucking head hole. So Rosalie get up, roll her eyes, and then go over to the fireplace, and she put the seal in the wax they was in there cooking. So Mama is pissed off, and she's like, I'm gonna handle this mess for you, but I got something for that ass. So Bitsy and John is at Elton John's Grammy party, aka the governor's ball. And right when John is about to make his move to go steal the documents, Kyle bitch ass and some other nigga run up on him trying to have a whole motherfucking conversation. So it's nightfall, and all the field slaves then pass the fuck out from holding them beams, except for Noah and his crew, because they the real MVPs. So Master seeing Rosalie back in the house because he said she don't need to be seeing all this bullshit. Her and Noah lock eyes, and Noah looking at her like, bitch, I'm mad at you, but I still want to fuck you. So one of Noah's crew members fall the fuck out, but he pick him back up because you know he that nigga. That's Jesus' right hand man. So his little brother come over there and help him, and Noah, Sam, the preacher's wife, and his little brother all holding this beam up and encouraging each other not to drop this motherfucker. So Miss Susanna found a trail of some bullshit on her floor, on her good hardwood floors, baby. She's pissed off. So she followed the trail, and she see her little badass son sitting on the ground with the seal. And she said, where you get this seal from? He was like, out of daddy's office. And so she tells Ernestine to tell Massa to call off the beatings because she found the seal. So Ernestine gives the little boy a piece of candy because she done bribed him to take the fall, letting you all know once again that Ernestine run this whole motherfucking ship. She run this motherfucker from the rooter to the tutor. Miss Susanna don't run shit up in that bitch. So Kyle is eye fucking Bitsy at the motherfucking party and notices her give John okay to go steal the documents. And right when he about to go follow John, Bitsy got to cause a distraction. So Bitsy gets on top of the piano and start dropping it for a real nigga in front of everybody. And he get all captivated and she throwing her pussy in front of all these old free ass white men. So John and Bitsy go home and he blow her back out. And while they fucking, they get a knock on the door from the little black dude saying, we got some slaves that we need to hide at your crib. So Rosalie tells Sam that it's her fault, you know, that everything went down. Rosalie is afraid about leaving Miss Ernestine and James behind. And Sam says, well, Mama left me as soon as she moved into the big house, which further confused me. Like, are they brothers and sisters, or is that his mom? So Rosalie says, you don't know how hard she has gone to protect them, you know, because she just helped me out today. She asks Sam if he's scared to run. He says no, and she says she's afraid to run because she feel like she ain't really built for it after how she fucked up everything today. So Noah and his little brother are out fishing at night for some fish and some food. And while they're out there, they decide to hide some of the hooks in the grass for when it's time for them to run. So while they're out there, they figure out a part of the riddle based on them looking up at the stars. So Rosalie is stopped by this drunk ass white man named Bill on the way back to the big house. And he tells her that her dress is nice, nicer than his dead wife who died from a sickness. He started crying and shit. Rosalie feels sort of bad for him and tell him, she know, I'll make a little nice edible arrangement and put it on your wife's headstone, you know, next Sunday. So he's like, thank you. And then he tells, you know, he tries to walk up to her and touch her. She like, back up, homie. Back up, nigga. And so he's like, you think you better than me. And then he dragged Rosalie in the motherfucking house, my nigga, and try to rape her. And so as he in the house trying to rape her, one of the little slave bitches, Carucci and one of them little motherfuckers walk past the house, hear her crying, and she like, shit, they ain't none of my motherfucking business, and walk her ass on in the house like she don't hear the shit. I'm like, bitch, you need to die. I'm fighting you when I see you. So then Noah trying to find Rosalie, because you know he want to see his little good thing, and he see Rosalie run up out the house, bloody, battered, and bruised and shit, her dress all fucked up, and he like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she was like, we got to run now. And he's like, what you mean we got to run now? She was like, because I done killed them. And next thing you know, these motherfuckers is running like it's the fucking Olympics. So they decide to hide out in the motherfucking wagon and shit. And then next thing we see is her brother in real life, Jussie Smollett, in a big ass beard and a nappy wig, with a pickup to John next saying, "Are you the man that stole my wife?" And then Bitsy walk in, drop her laundry, and the shit go off. And I was like, oh my God. Tonight's episode was everything. I give it a motherfucking A+. Once again, they did that shit. This is the best fucking television show on TV right now until Power comes back. Please get into Underground so you can watch my reviews every week. This show is fucking phenomenal. It will leave you on the edge of your seats. It's produced by John Legend. The music is sticking because they use all up-to-date music for such a fucking trying, horrible time in Black history and in America's history. It's so fucking great. So fucking phenomenal. We're on episode 3. Episode 4 comes on next week, next Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time on the WGN channel. If you don't have it, call your local cable subscriber and get it now. Thank you all for watching this review. Let me know what you thought of tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Please make sure to like and subscribe and share. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching this review. Peace out.